came back.
It came back. That you know the curse. The mom says, "I hope you have one just like you." Okay, Mom, the first one, really?
Got a shining about me, shining about me. I just woke up today feeling low. I could use some courage for the soul.
Well, good day, everyone. My name is Melinda Henderson, and we are here for Encouragement for the Soul. And this week we're going to be having many recordings for Mother's Day week, and I am so happy to have our first guest, Becky Hartman, and she is a sister from another mister.
Of course.
And I just love her to death. I've been on her for years and years and years. So we are going to let you go ahead and give your tribute to your mother, first of all, because it is Mother's Day week.
Yes.
And I know you had a wonderful mother because I know you. So
I did. I think everybody says they had a wonderful mother, which is good, but I did. I had a really, really wonderful mom. She was the oldest of three, and she was very wise. She was quiet. She didn't speak a lot. She would hold her opinions to herself and gather information. Unlike me, I just spit it right out there, so I did not get that from my mom. And then when she felt the time was right, she would give her opinion, and 99.9% of the time, she was right.
yeah, okay.
Because she had thought about it and gathered her thoughts, and So on that aspect, I'm more like my dad. I just say what's right there. But she's a very spiritual person, but not in the way like religion versus spirituality.
Gotcha.
Okay? If she didn't see going to church and being part of a religious group as her spirituality, she believed in her connection with God. Okay? So I learned a lot about her in spirituality that way.
Yeah.
And she always had what I would always call like a sixth sense. I mean, that sounds really weird, but that's all I can think of it. But as I got older and I learned what it was, she actually was, God would actually give her that ability to sense that something was wrong or somebody needed something without even them telling her, and so when it started happening to me, I just was like kind of weird, because I was like, I don't know what this is, what is this? But then Pastor Nathan, our dear Pastor Nathan, I kept going to him, and he would explain how God can communicate that way through people. And I have lots of dreams that God communicates to me through.
Yeah.
So so I got that from my mom, and my daughter has it too. So it's a gift that comes from God for our women in our generations. But even though my mom was quiet, she was stern. When I crossed the line, I crossed the line.
Not you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mom had a spatula. I'll never forget this, Melinda. She had this wooden spatula with a rubber tip, and the wooden handle was red.
Yeah.
That was her paddle.
Oh, my goodness.
Every time she got that thing out, and I was like, oh, I hate that spatula. So one time, I think I was probably about 6 or 7, and I decided I'm hiding this thing. I'm never going to get a whipping with this thing again.
Yeah.
So I hid it. And I'll be doggone, that woman had 2 of them things. Not 1, 2. Because the next time I crossed the line, she dug it out and I got whipped again.
She was ready.
She was ready. And you know what? I found that thing like 18, 19 years later. Well, I forgot I had hit it, and I went down and showed it to her. We both got the biggest laugh out of it. So she was very, I call her, oh, come on, Melinda. I was a rebel. Oh, Lord.
Well,
Lord. I was a rebel.
I don't know the word.
My dad was a rebel, so he was opposite of my mom. Quiet, my dad was loud, so you know where I get it from.
Yeah.
But Mom taught me a lot with her quietness, She taught me how to be organized and prepared.
Yeah.
We would have long conversations in the car when we would pick my dad up, because we only had one car. So she would take me, we'd have long conversations about what you have to do when you're planning. She would plan events. I didn't think my mom had a lot of friends because she never went out or anything, but at her funeral, I was so wrong.
Yeah.
People would come in and they would say, I just loved your mom. You don't know how much your mom helped me or how much your mom inspired me. And I was like, I can't believe that about my mom, because that's not how I saw her.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that she had touched that many people. And from that point on in my life, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out of this world knowing that I had touched somebody's life and helped them in some way, you know. So she gives me that. I mean, my poor mom, she's been gone 28 years, so she never got to see me get married. She never got to see her grandkids. But that doesn't mean that she wasn't there helping me. Because when I would get into a parenting situation and I would like, how did you deal with this? You know?
Yeah. Well, and speaking of that, I know that you have your own babies.
Yes, I do.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about your own children as well. I know that you have learned so much from your mother, and I know a lot of your personal story. So I know that you've had a lot of ups and downs, and I know that you started motherhood later in life. And how do you think your mother helped you with all of the obstacles and all of the good times and, you know, just everything that you had to go through? And by the way, and then mention how many children you have first and who they are and everything. Start talking about them.
I have 4 kids. I have Christopher, who is 26. He's our oldest. Brandon is 24. He is our special miracle because he has autism and has grown into a wonderful man who works, has a car, does everything that they said he was not ever going to be able to do.
Wow.
All right. And then I have twins, a boy and a girl twins, and they are Andrew and Celesta, and they're 21. So I did start motherhood late in life. In fact, my mom was 33 when she had me, and I was 33 when I had Christopher.
Wow.
So in order to draw upon her strength, I actually had a picture of my mom in Christopher's nursery. When I delivered Christopher or the other babies, I would have a picture of her there just so that I could look at her and know that she was watching down on me. But my oldest son is a rebel, just like his mama.
So it kind of came back.
It came back. You know the curse. The mom says, "I hope you have one just like you." Okay, Mom, the first one, really? So I thought when things would arise with Christopher, I would think, okay, how did my mom handle me?
Yeah.
What did she do when I did this? Because he did the same things that I did, you know?
Yeah.
And then he'd wonder, how did you know I do that? Where do you think? I did the same thing growing up, you know?
Yeah.
That wasn't too hard to figure out. What was hard to figure out was Brandon with his autism.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't an atypical child. He developed differently. That brought out the wanting to learn and the love that when you're stuck in an obstacle, you just keep going. No matter how bad you have to pound your head against the brick wall to make a door, you have to keep going. And that's what my mom did. She kept going.
Yeah.
You know, she had a rough life. I'm not telling you. I love my dad. My dad was an alcoholic. He was wonderful during the week, but on the weekends he could become mean when he drank. Okay? But I saw her keep going.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to do with Brandon. And the twins, and my mom could put up with me. I can do the twins.
So you were double for her. You were double trouble.
Yes, I was double trouble. I have told my kids about my mother.
Yeah.
And their granddad, my father.
Yes.
All the good stuff, all the bad stuff. And I think it's important that your children know, even though they're passed on, they need to know that part of their life.
Yes.
Even if somebody steps in like my aunt and uncle did and became surrogate grandparents for them, they still needed to know how I was raised by my mom and my dad and what my mom... They asked me, what do you think your mom would think of me? What do you think your dad would think of me?
Yeah.
You know, and I would tell them that they would be very proud. Yeah.
Wow.
My dad was a big Ohio State fan, so yes, Christopher and him would be, football all day long. So, yeah. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Well, wonderful. And I know that you and my husband actually are rivals.
Oh, yes.
He picks and chooses whatever he wants to be an Ohio State fan or a Michigan fan. So
yeah, it depends on who's winning.
It depends on who's winning. You're right. And I'm just so excited that you were able to come today and just share, a little bit about your mother. That was just a small portion of it.
It was.
You know, and I know also that not only you had your own children, but you helped so many other children through the program that we used to work for. And how did that impact your parenting as well, like going into homes and then seeing what you saw in the homes and then coming back to your own children? How did that help you?
It did help me. It helped me know that I was on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
So if I would go into because without having a mom to go to and say, Mom, this is going on, how do I handle this? Okay, without having a mom to go to, and I would go into the houses and help these other moms out. I was taking my experience as a mom, what I had done with my children, and I was giving it to them. For example, I walked in, this one mom was so frustrated that her child could not learn her colors, and she was putting braids in her hair, and she was putting the braids in there, and I said, try this, and I took a braid, and I said, did you see what color this is? It was yellow.
Yeah.
I said, can you find another one that looks like this?
Mm-hmm.
And so the little girl brought it up, and I said, this is yellow, and the mom was like, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I never thought that. And I had done that with Brandon with M&Ms, because with him being autistic, I had to teach him differently.
Yeah.
So he loved M&Ms, so if he could match the M&Ms, he got to eat them.
Yeah.
You know? So that has always stuck with me, that something so simple that I had figured out, I was able to pass on to somebody else. You know? Having a child with a disability or autism, it helped me to help parents that had children with disability. Mm-hmm. Even if it wasn't the baby that we were serving, if it was another one of their children. And I could tell, I think you need to have a screening for him. Let's get a screening and see if, things are on the right track.
Yeah.
So it was my passion. Oh, you know how
I already
passionate
know
I was.
how passionate you were. I do. She was very, very passionate. And that's what I loved about her. I actually learned so much from her working there at... we won't mention the name, but it's been a few years since we worked there. But if you could give anybody any advice, because that's what this show is all about, is just encouraging other people and helping other people, and this week it's about mothers. So what could you tell mothers that aren't mothers yet, they're soon to be mothers, or those who want to have children in the future? What advice could you give to them about being a mother?
You know the thing about don't sweat the small stuff? It's true. I always go in big rock and little rock issues. If it's a little rock issue, like Christopher eating ants, don't freak out, okay? They're ants. They'll die. He'll poop them out. Seriously. That's just how it is, okay? All right. If, Brandon comes in and Christopher has accidentally hit him with the baseball bat in the head, okay, that's a big rock issue, but don't panic. Okay, just put rag on the head, take him to the hospital, get him stitched up. All right, and I think that young parents, and nothing against young parents, because I have a grandson, and so my son and his wife, they're young, and yes, they call me all the time. What's going on? He's doing this. It's like, okay, young parents tend to freak out because they don't know.
Yes.
So being an older parent, going through, and I taught for 14 years before I entered into that other profession. So that helped also, being there, learning from those kids, and then bringing them into my own family, bringing that knowledge into there. So don't worry about if the dog's eating the eggs because the kids are throwing them on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, just clean them up, tell them the dog's not going to like the eggs, and, there are things you need to discipline your kids for, like when they stick a key into the light socket. Yes, no, you don't want that happening. But if it's, getting in and throwing the cheese wrappers. And those are the things you're going to remember. We sit around and talk about that and laugh about it.
That's right. The things you think that are going to break you, that are so big, they're actually the wonderful things that you think about and that you laugh about later.
Yeah.
So, and on that topic of laughing, I think that my husband actually has something that he would like to share with you before you get off.
Okay.
And he's been waiting for you to get here.
Oh, my Lord.
He has something to present to you.
Really?
Yes, he does. And I know that you're going to have a wonderful fit about it. But nonetheless, on this last minute, we are going to have him present this to you.
Got a gift for you.
Oh, my Lord. No. No, those are the wrong colors, boy.
Show them at the camera.
No. But guys, all the way, don't you touch me with that thing. No.
Just a little bit of fun, but I have to say that is one way that you get through motherhood.
Yes.
Is you have to laugh a lot.
Yes.
So we appreciate you coming and thank you so
you.
much. I love you and
I love you too.
I thank you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know.
So we're gonna have to do something like we always say. We're gonna do
Well,
something.
when Celeste gets back, let's go for lunch or something.
We will. Well, thank everybody who joined us today. We just thank you for coming today for Encouragement for the Soul, our Mother's Day week edition. And we would like everyone to join us for the next few days that we'll be airing some more shows for the mothers for this beautiful Mother's Day week in May 8th. It's May 8th. On May 8th, 2022. So I hope that you and your family love your mother, support your mother, and also give her lots of great gifts. All right. Till next time. Thank you. We're out.